lovelies. Thank you for coming back for another workout with me. I am going to spend most of the time right now working on my thighs and tris. That has been a highly requested video to bring to you guys, and honestly, those are some major muscle groups that I have been trying to work on myself anyways, because we all want those slim thighs, and also the triceps are so hard for me to sculpt. I don't know why. I train them weekly, but for some reason, they just don't want to show. So we're gonna do a few different exercises today, really activating your glutes, getting into your legs. I'm working the hamstrings. I'm gonna focus mostly on inner and outer thigh things, and just kind of see what we can come up with. So I hope you guys give this a shot and you enjoy it, and then you'll give the video a thumbs up, and I'll see you at the end of this. Starting with some glute activation, pull out one of your resistance bands. I actually haven't used this in a few bits, so this one hurt a lot. But anyways, place the band for this move, place it above your knees just to help protect them and keep them safe. And just open your legs to hip width apart in parallel and take a side step out and then back in and then switch to the next leg. This is gonna help get deeper into the outer portion of your seat, working your gluteus medius muscles. That way the rest of your leg and booty workout pays off even more. The next glute activation exercise that I really enjoy are monster walks. For this one, place the band underneath your knees. And now, basically, as you can see, I'm drawing one foot into the other and then pressing it out to the side as I take a step forward and then back. You can take all of your steps forward and then turn around. I was just trying to stay in my camera frame for you, so this is what I did. But this is definitely going to help tweak those outer glutes. Make sure to try to keep your foot as parallel as possible. For the first glute exercise, I'm doing plie squat and a half is what I'll say. Basically, my legs are open nice and wide in a turned out position. Make sure that your knees match the line of your toes. Come down as low as you can, come up halfway, lower back down, and then squeeze your glutes to come fully back up to standing. Okay, now this next exercise is something that I just kind of whipped up and I really enjoyed it, so maybe give it a shot. Anyways, I'm standing in a first position if you're a dancer. That means your toes are turned out and your heels are together in a wide V. Make sure again that your knees match the line of your toes. You're also getting an arm workout with this because as I plie, I'm drawing my weights up to my shoulders, creating a bicep curl. Pitch your torso forward about 45 degrees and extend your arms to lengthen out your biceps. Squeeze underneath your seat as you stand back up, activating your hamstrings. You're going to feel this all throughout the outer portion of your seat and legs, getting right underneath your glutes, especially as you straighten and stand back up. Also, keep your abs in check because that's going to protect your back, giving you a fierce core workout at the same time. Getting into the back portion of your shoulder and your tricep now. Hold on to one lighter weight, place it in one hand, step that same foot back and then out to the side to give you a stable stance. In 2 counts, lift your straight arm up behind you and then keep it up there. Bend your elbow in 2, drawing your weight in towards your shoulder. Fully extend it back out in 2, lower straight back down in 2. This gives you a much better view once again on profile. This is working your rear deltoid as you lift your arms straight up past your hip, then training your tricep as you bend your elbow in and then stretching it to lengthen all the way back out to straight. targeting your triceps again, but also keeping your heart rate higher by also working your legs at the same time. Take that wide plie squat position and just hold in a stagnant hold. Hold on to either one heavy weight, or I'm using both of my 5-pound weights to make it extra intense for myself, but perform a normal tricep extension where your weight is behind you and you straighten your arms to lengthen and stretch them out. After you do 10 of these, you're going to do small little pulses, only lifting the weight to head height. As you lift, add a little press down into your thighs. This next one is honestly a killer for myself, but I really enjoy it. I'm calling it a staggered squat. Open your legs slightly wider than hip width. Turn that back leg out slightly as I showed you just prior. Make sure again that your knees match the line of your toes for safety. I'm holding on to one weight. I just like to place it up on top of my shoulder. And then just hold your core in tight, feel your tailbone point straight down to the floor as you bend, sink down lower. I'm stopping at knee level just for my knee safety, and then I'm squeezing it as I stand fully back up. Here's a side view. Try to keep your spine straight up and down once again. Hold your abs in tight and feel your glutes and quads become like fire, because this one is definitely an intense one.
What can I do to make you think of me longer? You're making me stronger, making me stronger. Stay a little longer. You're making me stronger, making me stronger.
Another go-to exercise of mine are deadlifts. I absolutely love them to tone your hamstrings, but I love varying it up from being parallel to a turned out position. Open your legs to hip width and parallel apart, lower down, come up halfway, turn your legs out by rotating on your heels, lower back down, come back up, come back to parallel, as you can see for yourselves. Make sure 100% to keep your abs held up towards your spine. Since you're not coming fully back up to straight, there's going to be more pressure in your low back. So make sure to glue them and stick them there.
So won't you please stay a bit longer?
This one you're targeting your shoulders, yes, but also with that rotation of your hands, with your thumbs being more downward, as if you're saying dumping out a glass of wine. You're going to feel this throughout the back of your arm and also through your triceps. That was my main goal here. Just slowly lift your arms up to shoulder height, just like a regular lateral raise. Ooh, that was hard for me. And then lower back down. Next up are tricep dips. I'm just placing my feet into a small narrow V/diamond shape. I feel like that makes me feel the back of my legs more. Stack your shoulders over your wrists. You don't need to hold on to the weights. That just helps me with my wrist sensitivity. And just bend your elbows straight back and then press all the way up to straight. My triceps definitely were feeling it by right now. Move straight into a tricep push-up. I'm doing these on my knees because I don't normally do tricep push-ups. Tuck your seat under as you draw your abs up towards your spine and press your shoulders apart. Keep your elbows held close towards your sides as you lower down. My depth isn't too shabby. I'm kind of surprised at how low I'm getting because I never do these and my triceps are so weak. Getting back into your outer glutes, I'm using the towel just to lay on, just to protect my hip because those tiles can be pretty dang hard. I'm using my band just for some added intensity. That is optional. Make sure that if you use the band, it is above your knees. I'm turning my legs out to trigger my gluteus medius muscles even more, and just lift your leg as much as you're able to against that resistance of the band. It does not need to be very high, as you can tell.
Make you think a little longer.
move into side clams. Basically keep the band exactly where it is, just bend your knees, make sure that your hips are stacked on top of one another, you keep your abs pulled back, lift your knee against that resistance, and you will definitely feel this. Swap sides and repeat. I had to give you one last inner thigh little exercise. So this one, I'm placing that top leg, I'm moving my foot to the front just to keep stable. Make sure that you're using your inner thigh to press it up towards the ceiling as you lift your leg off the floor. I'm adding the weight just for it to be extra intense. You do not need it. It is optional. It's a little awkward, not gonna lie, but I definitely felt the difference. And fold your abs in. Make sure that your hips stay stacked on top of one another again. Change sides and do it again. So for this next exercise, lie on your back, bring your feet together, and open your knees out to the side. As you can see, I walked my feet together. Keep your heels lifted up towards the ceiling so they're off the floor. That's going to protect your ankles. I'm using the weights, again, for extra intensity. That is an option. I'm placing them on my inner thighs. Hold your abs pulled down and slightly tilt your pelvis inward. That's going to make sure to anchor your low back to the floor. Engage your inner thighs to lift your knees up and then relax them as you lower your knees back out. You're going to get a nice stretch at the same time. You're going to feel a burn through your inner thighs. I told you I would get those inner thighs nice and toned today. I think I went a little overboard, but this is definitely a good one. No leg day can be complete without hip thrusts. First, I'm starting out with my feet in that same narrow V small diamond position like I did my tricep dips in. So heels together, toes open about 3 inches and off the floor. I'm using a weight on my hips for extra intensity. Do 10 pelvic lifts. And then perform 10 pulses up at the top. Lower your hips back down and change feet placement. Cross one ankle in front of the other. I'm placing my right over my left. Both feet will be flat on the floor. Squeeze the heck out of your inner thighs. Try to let no light shine through. Lift your hips up again towards the ceiling and lower all the way back down. Your inner thighs will be on fire if they haven't been already. After you do 10 full range, you'll do 10 pulses, and then switch legs to place your left foot in front of your right.
So lovelies, I mean, if you made it through it with me, then yeah, I bet you that your thighs and tries are killing, because I know mine sure are. These were a little more like, I guess, danceresque type moves incorporated with like your normal type, I guess, strength training, like squats and deadlifts type stuff. So don't feel weird. Just in the turned out positions, that's honestly what really is going to help get into your outer and inner thighs at the same time. So really like hone into those muscles and just protect your knees in those turned out positions. Look down, make sure that your knees are tracking over the line of your toes for safety. And I mean, if your turnout isn't that big, that's totally fine. Only go to where your turnout feels comfortable for you, because ultimately keeping your knees protected and safe is more important than having like a 180-degree turnout. So anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this little thighs and tries workout at home video. I hope you all are staying safe, staying healthy, keeping active. If you guys did like this video, I'd love it if you gave it a thumbs up. It's always so greatly appreciated. And if you haven't subscribed and you'd like to see more from me, I would love it if you just hit that button right there in the center. If you click the bell that's down below, it's gonna keep you notified every single time I upload a video. I do lots of style, beauty, fitness, fun things. So I hope that intrigues you. And again, stay safe and I'll see you next time, lovelies. Bye-bye.